The EDUCAS WJEC specification asks us to consider several facts about the meta-ethical approach of emotivism. We will go through each of these issues and then look at the emotivist approach of the scholar A.J. Ayer. Emotivists reject the claim by ethical naturalists and intuitionists that there are objective moral laws. Instead, they would claim that all moral statements are relative and subjective. The most well-known group to make this claim about ethical language were the Vienna Circle in the 1920s. They were influenced by the work of the young Wittgenstein and by Hume. Wittgenstein had spoken of his picture theory of language, whereby meaningful language must represent objects within the world. Hume had previously argued that you cannot derive an ought from an is, and so no amount of factual claims about the world can bring us logically to a statement that declares what we ought to do as a result. For the Vienna Circle, philosophy is primarily about establishing the method of demonstrating the truth or falsity of a proposition. If that proposition can't be demonstrated to be true or false, then it is a meaningless statement. For the Vienna Circle, the only kind of statements that can be considered meaningful are either analytic or synthetic. An analytic statement is rationally true and self-evident. For example, 2 plus 2 equals 4. This mathematic statement does not require further research or demonstration because there is no information on the right of the equals sign that is not on the left. A synthetic statement is one that must be demonstrated, and so empirical evidence can be sought and the statement confirmed or denied. The cat sits on the mat is a synthetic statement, as I can go and look at the mat and see if it has a cat on it. Moral statements do not come into either of these categories, and so it is not possible to say that there is such a thing as an objective moral law. Any moral statements must then be meaningless, as they do not express propositions. Non-cognitivism is the meta-ethical view that ethical statements do not express propositions and so cannot be true or false. They deny the claim of the cognitivists, like ethical naturalists, that moral statements are capable of being objectively true because they express a fact about the world. This means that moral knowledge is impossible. Behind any ethical discussion is a non-cognitive exchange of attitudes that in themselves cannot be verified. Hume claimed that the sentiment was the source of the ideas about right and wrong. If you decide to rescue a drowning child, you do it because you have feelings, not because you have reasoned that it is correct. Moral statements really express a person's preferences or emotions. When they say that something is good or right, it is just another way of saying that we approve of it. The feelings of the speaker are expressed to influence the feelings of the hearer. Any moral statements do not state facts, but feelings. They are not factually significant, their truth or falsity cannot be known, and so they are non-cognitivist.